Did you know that most people waste their money on watermelons that look perfect on the outside, but taste dry, bland, or watery inside? It's true. In fact, studies show that nearly 60% of store-bought watermelons don't reach their full ripeness. That means you're often paying full price for fruit that tastes like soggy cucumber. And that's not only frustrating, it's disappointing, especially on a hot summer day when all you want is a cold, juicy slice of sweet watermelon. But here's the good news. There's a way to avoid wasting money ever again. In this video, I'll show you 6 clear and simple visual signs to look for before you even touch the watermelon. These clues are used by farmers, fruit experts, and smart shoppers who always seem to pick the perfect one. And the best part? It takes less than 30 seconds. No cutting, no tapping, no guessing. Just look, and you'll know whether it's going to be a juicy, sweet winner or a flavorless dud. Let's begin with the first and most important clue: the field spot. Turn the watermelon over and look at the bottom. Do you see a pale yellow patch? That's the field spot. It's the area where the watermelon sat on the ground while ripening under the sun. The color of this spot tells you how long it matured on the vine. A deep, creamy yellow means the watermelon ripened fully and had time to build up natural sugars. That's what makes it sweet. But if the spot is white, pale green, or missing, put it back. That watermelon was picked too early. It didn't have time to get sweet. It will taste watery and bland. So always choose the one with a dark yellow field spot. The darker, the better. Next, look at the webbing or sugar lines. These are the brown rough patches or thin web-like scars on the skin. Some people think they're imperfections, but they're actually good signs. These lines form when bees pollinate the flower multiple times. More pollination means a sweeter fruit, so more webbing equals more sweetness. If you see a watermelon with a smooth, shiny surface and no webbing, it might look pretty, but chances are it won't taste very sweet. Instead, go for the one with lots of these brown lines. They may look rough, but they're nature's proof of flavor. The third clue is the shape. This is something most people overlook. Round watermelons and oval watermelons are not the same. Round ones are called female watermelons. They tend to be sweeter, softer, and juicier. Oval or longer ones are male watermelons. They usually have more water content and less flavor. If you want a bold, sweet taste, always choose the round, symmetrical watermelon. The fourth clue is the color of the skin. Avoid shiny watermelons. A shiny, waxy surface usually means the fruit was picked before it was ready. A ripe watermelon has a dull, matte finish. It should look a bit faded, not glossy. Also, check the color contrast. A deep green with clear, dark stripes usually means it's ripe. If the green is very light or uneven, it's likely underripe. So, go for the dull green, evenly striped ones. They are more mature and more likely to taste great. Now let's talk about clue number 5, the stem or tail. If you find a watermelon with a bit of stem left, look at it closely. A dry, curly brown tail means it was fully ripe when harvested. That's good. A green or firm stem means it was picked too early. That's bad. Remember, watermelons stop ripening the moment they're picked. So, if it was cut early, it will never develop full sweetness, no matter how long it sits. So, brown tail equals sweet. Green tail equals skip it. Finally, clue number 6, the weight. This one is easy, but often forgotten. Pick up the watermelon. It should feel heavy for its size. Watermelons are over 90% water. The heavier it is, the juicier it is. If it feels light or hollow, it probably dried out or was picked too soon. Always compare a few of the same size. The heaviest one is usually the best. So, to sum it up quickly, look for these 6 visual clues before buying. 1. A creamy yellow field spot. 2. Brown webbing or sugar lines. 3. Round and uniform shape. 4. Dull and deep-colored skin. 5. A brown dry tail. 6. Heavy weight for its size. If your watermelon checks at least 4 out of these 6 clues, you've got a winner. But if it only checks 1 or 2, leave it. It's not worth the money or the disappointment. Now, you might wonder, what about knocking on it? Or, what about the hollow sound trick? Yes, some people swear by tapping and listening for a hollow thud, but that method is hit or miss, literally. Unless you're a trained farmer, it's hard to tell what the sound really means. Visual signs are more reliable and far easier for everyday shoppers. Another tip, don't let the size fool you. Bigger isn't always better. Medium-sized. Watermelons, around 5 to 7 kilos, are often the sweetest and easiest to carry. Also, don't worry about scratches or minor scars. These happen during harvest and don't affect the inside at all. But avoid watermelons with soft spots, dents, or leaking juice. These are signs of rot. Once you bring your watermelon home, store it at room temperature if you haven't cut it yet. This helps preserve its taste and juice. But once it's cut, wrap it tightly and store it in the fridge. It stays fresh for about 3 to 4 days. For even better taste, chill it 1 hour before serving. And don't throw away the seeds too quickly. If they're black or dark brown, they're mature and full of nutrients like zinc, magnesium, and protein. You can roast them or add them to salads. Even the white part near the rind, known as the inner rind, can be used in smoothies or stir-fries. It has citrulline, which may help improve blood flow and energy. Watermelon isn't just a summer snack. It's loaded with vitamin C, lycopene, and hydration. But only if you choose the right one. Otherwise, it's just a waste of your time, money, and taste buds. Now that you've learned how to choose the right watermelon using the 6 visual clues, it's time to talk about what happens after you bring it home. This part is just as important, because storing your watermelon the wrong way can ruin its taste, texture, and even its health benefits. First, let's start with whole watermelons. If your watermelon is uncut, don't rush to put it in the fridge. Many people make this mistake. Research shows that whole watermelons actually keep their nutrients better when stored at room temperature. One study by the USDA found that watermelons stored at 21 degrees Celsius, or room temperature, had 40% more lycopene and beta-carotene than those kept cold. That's a big deal, especially for seniors and people trying to eat more antioxidants for heart and eye health. So, unless it's already been cut or the weather is extremely hot, keep your whole watermelon on the kitchen counter away from direct sunlight. But once you cut the watermelon, everything changes. A sliced watermelon is very fragile. Its moisture and sugars make it the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. That's why you should immediately wrap the pieces tightly and refrigerate them. Use airtight containers or tightly sealed plastic wrap to prevent the watermelon from absorbing fridge odors. Also, never leave cut watermelon out for more than 2 hours. After that, the risk of contamination increases quickly. Another mistake many people make is freezing watermelon without preparing it properly. If you freeze large chunks without removing the seeds or draining some of the juice, the texture turns mushy and grainy. But if you want to store watermelon longer, try cutting it into small cubes, removing the seeds, and freezing it on a baking tray. Once frozen, you can place the cubes in a freezer-safe bag. These frozen chunks are perfect for smoothies or cold desserts. But remember, once frozen and thawed, the watermelon won't have that crisp bite anymore. Now, let's move to ripeness warnings. One of the most disappointing things is cutting into a watermelon and realizing it's overripe or even starting to rot. So how can you spot these problems before slicing it open? Start with smell. A whole watermelon should have a light, clean scent. If it smells sour or fermented, that's a red flag. Second, check the underside or the field spot again. If it's too soft, dark brown, or smells bad, the melon may have started rotting from the inside. Third, if your watermelon has large soft spots, mold, or shriveled ends near the stem area, it's not worth taking the risk. Even if only part of it is bad, bacteria may have already spread inside. And now comes the part that surprises most people: the rind. That thick green skin that we all throw away may actually be one of the healthiest parts of the fruit. Watermelon rind is rich in a compound called citrulline. Citrulline is an amino acid that helps improve blood flow, supports heart health, and may even help reduce muscle soreness. In fact, a 2013 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that watermelon rind contains higher levels of citrulline than the pink flesh itself. Eating a little bit of the white part near the rind can boost your nitric oxide levels, which helps your blood vessels relax. Some people even blend the rind into smoothies or cook it into chutneys or pickles. If you've never tried this, start small. Wash the rind thoroughly, peel off the outermost green skin, and use the white part. Add it to a smoothie with some lime juice, mint, and honey for a refreshing, blood-boosting drink. You can also lightly sauté the white rind with garlic and spices for a savory treat. It's mild in flavor and absorbs whatever seasoning you give it. Another lesser-known benefit of the rind is for digestion. It's high in fiber and water, which helps keep your digestive system running smoothly. Seniors who suffer from constipation or slow digestion can benefit from just a few bites of the rind daily. Plus, the fiber helps you feel full, which can reduce sugar cravings. Just don't overdo it at once, especially if your body isn't used to that much fiber. Now, what about those little white seeds? While black seeds are mature and can be roasted and eaten like sunflower seeds, white seeds are young and soft. You don't have to remove them. They're completely safe to eat. In fact, watermelon seeds, both black and white, contain protein, healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc. Some people dry and roast them for a crunchy snack, so instead of throwing them away, consider saving them for a nutritious boost. Let's also talk about food safety. When cutting a watermelon, always wash the outer skin first, even if you're not eating the rind. That's because the knife can carry bacteria from the surface into the flesh. Rinse the watermelon under cool running water and scrub it gently with a clean brush. Dry it with a clean cloth or paper towel before slicing. This small step can help prevent stomach bugs and foodborne illnesses, especially in kids and older adults. Now let's cover one last storage tip: portion control. Watermelon is healthy, but eating too much at once can raise your blood sugar. It has a high glycemic index, which means it causes sugar to enter your blood quickly. While it's low in calories, it's still best to enjoy it in moderate amounts, about 1 to 2 cups at a time. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, pair it with protein or healthy fats like a handful of nuts. This slows sugar absorption and keeps your energy stable. Also, avoid eating watermelon late at night. It's high in water, and eating it close to bedtime may cause more nighttime trips to the bathroom. Instead, enjoy it as a mid-morning or afternoon snack. That way, your body has time to digest and use the nutrients efficiently. And lastly, if you bought a big watermelon and can't finish it in time, don't throw it out. You can juice it, freeze it, pickle the rind, or even dehydrate the slices into chewy watermelon snacks. Be creative. Watermelon is one of the most versatile fruits in the world. It hydrates, nourishes, and even heals. And now you know how to choose it, store it, and use it from the inside out. So the next time you walk past the fruit stand, don't just look at the shape or size. Use your 6 visual clues, store it the right way, and never throw out the rind. Every part of the watermelon has a purpose, and now you can make the most of every slice.